And g'day, today we're having a look at this. It's the Gen 2 Mini Mover. Now there's not a lot on the box, it's basically this printed on both sides and nothing on the ends. And it simply says motorised trailer mover and the features. We've got move capacity of maximum of 2,722 kilo, which is 6,000 pounds. We've got a load on the Jockey wheel, maximum of 498 kilo, which is 1,100 pounds. The motor is a DC 12 volt 550 watt. Speed is 7 meters a minute, which is surprisingly not bad. It's got an integrated A380 reinforced aluminium frame. It's got weatherproof design. It's got rust resistant baking paint, which I'm assuming they're saying baked on paint. It's got an overcurrent protection, and it's got a clutch function for unpowered moves. So in other words, you can push it around and it doesn't lock up on the motor. And this is the instruction manual. There's quite a few little pages in here. And as always, you can pause it anywhere and have a bit of a read if there's anything of interest in there. And that's all that's in the manual. There's a fair bit to read for basically an on-off switch, which is what it is. Now this is the motorised wheel taken out of the box. As you can see, I've already used it. There is a little bit of assembly involved, not a lot, very straightforward. Got a couple of bolts left over for me. There's a lock which fits onto this device here, just slots on, and the idea is that you bolt this onto the little A-frame up the front of the Caravan, and it means you can put this motorised wheel on or off, and in theory it won't get pinched. We have a couple of little cable ties. You've got a cable here which connects to the motor on the bottom, and you'll notice on the top here I've actually got a couple of little extra add-ons. I bought a couple of little clips which fit on beautifully. That makes it nice for the battery, and that basically is all that comes in the box. And we'll have a bit of a look at this. This is the lock that comes with the actual device itself. We've got a key. It's a rather unusual looking key. It's a curved key. You can turn it in, won't pull out, only comes out in one position. The other end you've got the cover, you've got a hole in it. The actual locking mechanism itself, as you can see, won't go in unless you turn the key. Once the key's turned, it goes in spot. Look at that, locked in beaut. So it's like a normal lock you'd expect. The one with this key though is if you have it in the open position like that, the key itself won't pull out of the lock. It'll only pull out in the closed position. So that's something which is rather interesting. Not a lot to see on that, and yeah, there you go. And as you can see, I've just tightened it on. Fits in beautifully, and at the moment we just push it down. I'm not doing it up too tight, and obviously just bolt that in and away we go. And I've just popped the next gen itself up into the back of the boot. This is the power switch in here. You've got an on-off, as you can see there, colour coded, so red and black. Just push it in and it just pulls out, and you've got a protective cover if you want to keep the dust and dirt out of it. And of course it'll be hard to do because I'm trying to hold this machine. There we go, done. And that's all there is to it. Now on the handle you can see that we got a rocker switch, so forward and reverse, and that's all there is to it. And it looks like that's been somebody's used a bit of texture, it looks like, on that to show the button going in the opposite direction. I didn't notice that before. Kind of interesting, funny I think. Think about turning it now?
No, I would have turned before then.
So this is the setup that I've got at the moment. Battery is just sitting on a bit of a board there, bolted on. Machine itself is using a separate clamp that I've got, so that's removable. And yeah, works perfect.